Hey Campoholics, did you know there's a White House in Georgia?
We're in Warm Springs, Georgia, and we're going to show you where there is really a little White House.
Here we go.
I'm Missy.
I'm Mike.
And we're the Campoholics!
Hey Campoholics, while camping near Pine Mountain, Georgia, we learned about the Little White House in Warm Springs, Georgia. This was a personal retreat of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. He was the only president in American history who served 4 terms. He was elected 4 times. He did not complete his 4th term, and we'll get into that here in a bit. The president was diagnosed with polio, and he first came to Warm Springs in 1924 for polio treatment because the Warm Springs actually comforted him due to the 85 or 88 degree constant water temperature. The president developed an affection for Warm Springs, and he would take his car out in the countryside and ride around and talk to the local farmers. And one of the things he realized was that the rural areas did not have electricity, and therefore he took it upon himself to ensure that these hard-working families, these rural families, had power to their homes, to power their farms, and he made an initiative to come up with the Rural Electrification Administration, the REA, to ensure that all these hard-working families had power to run their farms. FDR, as governor of New York, had been going to Warm Springs since 1924. He liked the area so much that in 1932 he built the house with his own money, not tax money. And Roosevelt kept the house after he became president and used it as a presidential retreat. He hired local Warm Springs residents to be his servants at the location. He housed them when they were there. He had a servant quarters for them, and they were above a garage. Now you're looking into the guest house, where dignitaries and other individuals from head of states would come and visit and stay in the guest house. And here we'll take you into the servant quarters. Again, we're going upstairs because below the servant quarters was his garage where he kept his vehicles. Okay, when you walk into the Little White House, you walk right directly into the kitchen. Notice everything is frozen in time here from the day he passed away in 1945. His cook, Daisy Bonner, actually hand-script wrote on the wall that she was the first and last person to cook his meals while in this house. Here's a shot of his living room and his dining room, and I want you to know how simple this home is for a president of the United States. The chair and the card table that he was sitting in the day he slumped over and eventually died from a brain aneurysm. For security reasons about the house, there's these little black buttons on the walls throughout the house that you would see. Those are call buttons and mercy buttons, again, for the president that he could use. Just go over there and press a button, and the sentries would come in and take care of whatever may be a problem. FDR loved nautical and maritime type decor. So on the early afternoon of April 12, 1945, while getting his portrait done, he slumped over and went unconscious. The staff eventually moved to his bedroom, where he passed away later that afternoon. Back on the back patio, FDR loved sitting back here looking at the Pine Mountains, but now it has since grown up and trees occupy the view space now. But prior to that, it was all Pine Mountain. Here we take you into his bedroom, and again, see how simple this is for a president. And this is the bed where he was pronounced dead in from his brain aneurysm. As we take you into the bathroom here, when we say frozen in time, we really mean it. Look at the toilet paper. That is the original toilet paper roll that was left there, and is still there. We take you into the exhibit hall that contains the actual unfinished portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. All right, we're finishing up our tour of the Roosevelt White House.
Little White House.
Little White House, yes, that he actually built with his own money.
So we toured the servants' house, the servants' quarters, the guest quarters, the Little White House. There was a 12-minute intro video, which was really, really interesting. There was a lot of things I didn't even know.
Narrated
by Walter Cronkite. About the New Deal. Like, I mean, it makes you just realize how much you didn't pay attention in history class. Excuse me. Sorry, Mr. Bean. But no, this is now part of the Georgia State Park since 1980. Yep. And they maintain it, but it is really, they've done a really good job. They have guides. It's a self-guided tour, but they have attendants at each place to tell you a little bit about the more you want to know. I mean, ask the questions, you definitely know.
Yeah, it was $12 a person to get in.
Yep.
And yeah, pretty fascinating. I had no idea.
No.
None whatsoever.
No.
I had no idea this is the place where he passed away.
Yes.
And we saw the chair that he passed away in.
Almost every single thing here is still original. They have a lot of it roped off, but they've preserved it in a way that you can still see it. You can get right up close to it.
Yep.
But everything in there was original, even down to the doorway where the dog prints and scratches were still on the glass.
Yeah, from his dog.
From his dog, Fala. I think that's how you say the name.
Yeah. But this is the area. There's the museum and gift shop.
History.
And location of the final portrait.
Unfinished portrait.
Unfinished portrait, yeah. And there's a tribute to the states. Each state donating a rock to the
grounds.
To the grounds.
They call it, yeah.
And then the
bump gate, the famous bump gate, where you actually see him driving through that in this video.
Yes.
Show.
Century Marines were stationed here, and of course Secret Service, and then the servants' quarters and the guest house, and then the Little White House. Pretty nice little day trip. You spend maybe 3 hours here.
Yeah, you could spend.
You spend all day if you want.
Really wanted to.
They're open 9 to 4:45.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining us. It's been fun.
Yep.
This is what you get to do when you get out and about and see where you are. It's just amazing what's out there.
Yep. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below. Ring the bell for notifications. Pretty cool place. Visit this place.
I think we're going the wrong way.
We're going back. We're going in through the outdoor.
Oh, we probably can't. Just to go back through there.
All right. See you in the next video. Bye bye.